Hello and welcome to my newest video. Um, Today I'm going to talk about Adam Silvera's bestseller, History is All You Left Me. It's an own voices book following Griffin, whose ex-boyfriend passed away in a drowning accident, and then throughout he's grieving his ex-boyfriend's death, and he's also struggling with his worsening OCD. My favorite part about the book is definitely the author's writing, because within the first page he already manages to integrate the title, History is All You Left Me, which is super fitting, and it's the best title he could have chosen for the book, and it describes it so well. And I also love the way it's written, because the whole book is told through Griffin's point of view, but it always switches between history and today, these two time zones. And in history we learn all about Theo's and Griffin's relationship and how it started and what happened between them. And then in today, we follow Griffin while mourning Theo's death, because obviously he's very sad. And I think that Adam Silvera just manages to capture all of Griffin's emotions so well in this really real and raw way, without overdoing it in the description of these emotions. And as I've said, the entire book is told out of Griffin's point of view, but you really feel for all the side characters as well. He manages to do that, which is amazing. And now a little bit about the story. So Theo, Griffin's ex-boyfriend, moves from New York to California to go to college there. And New York, California, it's obviously very far away. And shortly before going to California, Theo and Griffin end their relationship, but they still manage to uphold this really, really tight long-distance friendship. They're very, very good friends. But while in California, Theo meets his new boyfriend, Jackson, and Theo and Griffin, they slowly lose their contact. They're obviously still best friends, but more of Theo's life is in California now, and they FaceTime less frequently. And in the history part, we can see Griffin hating Jackson because he's obviously very, very jealous of him, because he gets to experience all of Theo's life now. Every new part of his life is shared with Jackson now, and not with him, with Griffin anymore. But in today, Griffin tries to hate Jackson still, but he fails to do so, because Jackson is the only one who understands him, and he's the only one who has lived through the exact same thing, because they both had a relationship with Theo, and they both miss him very much, and they're both in so much pain because they share their experiences they had with Theo, and kind of compared with each other. But while comparing, they also kind of compete, because they try to prove that they knew Theo better than they did, than the other one did. But they're obviously both in so much pain, and try not to hurt the other one, because they know how it feels, because they hurt so much themselves. But they try to soak up every Theo memory they can get. Yeah. As I've said in the beginning, it's an own voices book. That means that the main character and the author both belong to the same marginalized group. In this book, Griffin Griffin is gay and has OCD, and the author, Adam Silvera, is also gay and has OCD. And on Twitter, Adam Silvera shared that Griffin's OCD is 100% based on his own OCD experience. Finally, I want to say that this book made me feel all the feelings. I definitely cried multiple times because it was so beautifully written, as I've said 100 times before. I've also read Adam Silvera's first book, More Happy Than Not, and I enjoyed that very much. But I think he outdid himself with this book now, with History Is All You Left Me, because he writes it so well, and you really get to know all of the characters. So I really loved it. I enjoyed it a lot, and I can definitely empfehlen. Recommend. I can definitely recommend it to everybody who loves YA books or YA love stories. Yeah, it's a very good book. So thank you very much for listening and for watching my video about History Is All You Left Me.